I don't really think I've given I haven't really been in front of a group. Do a lot of speaking, but I haven't been in front of a group since I lost my son. That love you too symbol that you saw earlier, which is kind of gone around the world, is what my son Michael, who we adopted from Romania, he would say, love you too. He had trouble speaking. He had developmental delays. He had muscular dystrophy. He was on a ventilator for the last 10 years. Lived a remarkable, miraculous life by the grace of God. You know, it's like one of those things where, you know, my wife and I had to do everything for him for so long. And we had him for 30 years out of the 33 he lived. And, you know, it's a God thing too. I think, you know, you wake up every day and you know you're going to have to serve. It's kind of that message that the Son of Man came to serve and not be served. So it kind of puts you in that servant mode when you're doing everything for a kid or a young man. And so this message that was birthed by a high school basketball coach who put Michael on a basketball team because he wanted his team to learn a heart for others and maximum effort, and dang, what a life. And look, this buddy of mine, Phil Beaulieu, who's a basketball coach, he's the one who put Michael on a basketball team. And he's teaching at the same time, obviously. Phil is a teacher and a coach, and he's in the middle of classes, he would say, I got to tell you about this kid, Michael Johnson, this kid who was born in Romania, this kid who goes to our school, and he's in a wheelchair, and he doesn't say much, but he says, love you too, and Phil had met him. And so he said, I know there's a lot of sign language going on in this school, in the hallways. Most of it involves one finger. And the kids all nodded and said, yeah, that's kind of true. And Phil said, well, try this on for size. He says, try this on. He said, this is I love you. And so Phil starts teaching that. And on senior night, Michael, you know, the players got their stuff, and Michael goes out there and drives his wheelchair out, and man, you know, people cheered for Michael when he came up. In the student section, I look up in the student section, and they're standing like this. Only God. Only God takes a basketball coach from Indiana, puts him in Brazelton, Georgia, connects him with a kid who was born in Romania and adopted into this high school and teaches a whole school about love. Only God does that. I can't orchestrate that. I can't connect those dots. But for God, it's like, oh yeah. See, this is why. See, this is why Cheryl saw this kid in the orphanage. This is why Phil Beaulieu took this job from Indiana into Brazelton, Georgia. That's why you live where you live, because it's in this school district, because that's where I need Michael Johnson to see Phil Beaulieu. Only God does that. Only the God I follow. Since 1997, December 10th. And it's only God who sees you through the loss of that kid. Because these last 3.5 months have had their moments. I mean, God promises. He'll walk through it with you. And some of those days, I got a pretty good spring in my step, and then other days, I'm limping. Here's the last little bit of visual aid. That December 10th, 1997 day is remembered by my wife, Cheryl Ann. She's so special. She's always given me something on that birthday, that spiritual birthday. And one year, I woke up after sleeping in the night. I'd been working late, and I just see this little box, and I open it up. And despite my outward appearance, I am not a rugged outdoorsman. What? But she got me this. She got me this compass. Yeah, there you go. And I said, wow, it's beautiful. That's really cool. Why did my wife buy me a compass? And then I looked at just this little note she had put inside the box too. And it said, remembering the day you found your direction. Yeah, I outkicked my coverage big time when I married Cheryl Ann. So, I remember that day fondly. The day I got this and the day that I said yes to that relationship with Jesus Christ changed my life, changed my perspective, changed the way I approach everything, changed the way I raise my kids. I'd encourage you to check your direction. Which way you headed? I thank AIA. Thanks to my friends here. Thanks to Jerry Colangelo. It's a humbling day. I thank you for putting up with me and putting up with just trying to get past some things, trying to deal with some things, to be able to speak about this guy, Michael, somewhat coherently, and thank you.